Every week again. It's a joy and a pleasure to be here with you. And today we are going to talk about a topic which I know many people struggle with. It is how to feel safe and secure in your own skin. And maybe the first question that we can ask ourselves, what is stopping you right now from feeling safe and secure? Most of the time, it is a thought. Let's say you're coming into a room, a meeting room. Let's say you come in a meeting room and you do not know many people there. Most people feel insecure, feel not so safe if they enter a room where they do not know anybody. And just ask yourself, let's say you shake hands with somebody and that person says, well, I'm this and that and I have that title. Many people have immediately a shift in their mind like, oh my God, he's like a manager or he has that title. And it's as if they turn into, they feel like insecure, maybe unworthy regarding a person who has a title or maybe a a person who has, let's say, who is more wealthy, who has more experience. How come that many of us immediately shut down in that situation where we meet someone, um, and immediately we think we are lesser than that other person? So for most of us, it's a default pattern. It's a default, hi, it's a default way of thinking. We think that we are only someone when we have that big title, when we have that huge house, when we also have the huge car, then that we are somebody. But we are missing a very important point here, something that I experienced many times in my life. Who are you, or who is that other person without the title? Who is that person without the house? Can we meet another human being from human to human, from soul to soul? I think when we go back to that place, that connection with ourselves, because most people who do not feel safe and secure, who think they have to be someone else than they are right now, they miss the connection with their inner self. So when we have that connection, when we know that we have that light, that worthiness within us, regardless of the outside titles, regardless of the outside, you could say, material possessions, we are someone. And we meet, let's say, I come in a room and there is Barack Obama. Why would I not just say hi to him from a human to a human? Of course, he has achieved a lot. But am I a lesser person? Let's say then I go into the corridor and I see a cleaning lady. Am I more than the cleaning lady? No, we are humans. And when we can make that connection, that human encounter, there is no more feeling insecure. There is no more feeling unsafe because we're just two souls meeting each other. We can learn from each other. We can connect with each other without having a facade or a mask that most people wear. Many people are just afraid to put out the mask, and because they think without the mask, they are unworthy, which is not true. We are all born worthy for being born. It's not because you are born, let's say, in the US, or another person is born in China or South Africa or whatever. It doesn't matter what country you're born in. You are worthy as a human. So to find that safe place, that safe haven within yourself, to have that connection, knowing that everything, You could say to make this life a beautiful adventure is within you. You have gifts that you can share with the world. You have talents that can share with the world. It is only, you could say, society which made a hierarchy in talents. Some people, like an artist is a fantastic talent, but maybe that the artist makes less money than, you could say, the manager in a company who is talented in another way. It is society who made that hierarchy. But as a human, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You are as valuable and you are as a beautiful human being, whether you are a teacher, whether you are an artist, a baker, the title doesn't matter. So once we can have that thought, because it's mostly the thought of, oh my God, I do not carry the title, I do not carry the degree, I do not carry, like the millions on my bank account, which make people feel insecure or even unsafe with another person because they shrink. So next time you meet a person, whatever that person is, however he or she looks like, no, you are both a human being. You are two souls meeting each other. And let's take another situation now in which people tend to feel unsafe. It is with people who can have an outburst of anger, who can be arrogant and rude. How can we connect with a safe place within us when we are confronted with this kind of behavior? I am saying this kind of behavior. I'm not saying this kind of human being, because that human being has a temporary behavior which is rude or disrespectful. Stay out of it. And instead of reacting, you could say in shrinking, like being scared because it's your boss yelling at you, you made a mistake, and you feel all of a sudden unsafe, insecure. What is really happening in that situation? Is there a life threatening situation happening for you? No, it is not. Your boss is expressing his frustration. Apparently, your boss is not balanced enough to talk in a mature way about maybe a mistake you made. That can be settled in a calm and balanced way. No need for anybody to yell. So, but you happen to work in that place where your boss is yelling at you. So, what can we say then? First of all, we stay out of the behavior, of the negativity of the other person. That person has a moment, frustration, anger, got triggered, upset. You stay out of it and you go back in alignment with yourself. Go back deeper and you choose your response. Very powerful moment. You do not have to shrink in insecurity or feeling unsafe because somebody is yelling at you. No, you can still stand up. Choose your response and you can gently and even in a kind way say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, but there's no reason to treat me in this way. I'm human, everybody can make mistakes. Or maybe you did make a mistake and you are accused falsely. Again, you stay out of the negativity and you can speak your truth, but in a kind and powerful way. Can you see how when you're connected with your worthiness, with who you are, knowing that you are as worthy as every other human around you, then you can say, okay, maybe you thought that I made that mistake. No, that you can explain the situation, but stay out the negativity, stay out the rudeness, the anger, or the frustration. It is a training. It's not always easy. But if you have found that way, you know, it's in it the first time it may feel awkward, but then once you have done it, once you have stayed, you know, like close to yourself, once you have stayed and you know that you have the right to always speak to somebody your truth in a respectful way, you can always go back to that safe haven within you. So I hope this made clear how in different situations you can observe your own behavior. You can even, when you raise your self awareness, you can even start to see your triggers. Is there a person who makes you feel each time again insecure because that person could have easily judging you or negative comments? Well, observe your trigger, but then think again, why is that person behaving in that way? Why does that person feel the need to judge you or give a negative comment? And then you stay out of it. You do not, you know, like you do not take it personally. When you don't take it personally, you will never get insecure. You will never feel unsafe because you know what that other person says is a reflection of that person and it has nothing to do with you. And you stay calm, centered, and kind. When you start to model that behavior, your colleagues will start to see that. Your maybe in your family, maybe your sister, your brother-in-law, your father-in-law can behave in a certain way which makes you feel insecure. Then no, it's a reflection of that person. And you can speak your truth in a kind and gentle way. And even in the beginning, when they're not used to you speaking up, they can even, you know, like go louder or harder. But you just stay calm and centered outside, outside the negativity of that person. And in feeling aligned with your power within you, you choose your response. And in responding in that calm and centered way, even to someone who is negative to you, even to someone who is judging you or talking, you know, like rude to you, it's a reflection of that person. And you stay outside of it. So I hope this made sense to you. I hope that next time you are confronted with a situation or a person which makes you feel insecure, you know how to handle it. So, see you back next week. Bye bye.